just like the way he sounded. You know, it made me want to be a singer.
Brent,
Yes.
you were born in January '78. What's your first musical memory?
My first musical memory would be The Dukes of Hazzard, which was a television show, and Waylon Jennings singing the theme song. I just loved something about that, and my grandmother actually got me a record of that specific song, and I remember probably, you know, as early as like 10 years old, just loving that song and loving music, but knowing that I wanted to be a singer because I was just kind of enamored with the voice. So that's probably my earliest memory.
What song is it?
It's called Just a Good Old Boy, and it's basically the theme song to The Dukes of Hazzard.
And if you look back on it, if you listen to this song now, can you tell us what attracted you in the song when you were a kid?
Just, it was something about like the way his voice sounded on it. You know, I loved the TV show, and I incorporated the show with the song. And he just had a, you know, really cool, smooth voice, and just like the way he sounded. You know, it made me want to be a singer.
Okay. And after that, because well, this was the Dukes of Hazzard, but let's say first bands that you really got into, or bigger musicians. I mean.
As far as like influences, yeah. I mean, I'm heavily influenced by soul music. When I was probably 14, 15 years old, I was listening to a lot of like 80s metal, and my dad brought me an anthology tape of Otis Redding, and he was like, listen, I know you love metal, I know you like this hair rock and stuff that's going on right now, but just listen to this. And I remember listening to Otis Redding, and I just thought the man's voice was brilliant, and that style of music I hadn't really been, I guess you would say, I hadn't been influenced by that because I didn't really know a lot about it, but that got me to Al Green and Sam Cooke and Percy Sledge and Nina Simone, Ella Fitzgerald, Etta James, God rest her soul. And then I kind of transitioned out of that part of music and started listening to more 70s style, like rock. I got into Black Sabbath, I got into Led Zeppelin, and of course through the 90s I was a huge Soundgarden fan, a huge, you know, Nirvana, Mudhoney, Sonic Youth, Alice in Chains. But I'm a pretty eclectic individual. I love pop, I love really, really hardcore rap when it's like real. But I like old school rap, you know, from like, you know, the NWA days and stuff like that.
But what do you look for then in music?
Oh, I might have misunderstood the question. What do I look for in the music?
Yeah. Now you were saying you like rap, you like soul, but you were into Soundgarden, hair metal, Black Sabbath, so big range. What do you look for?
I look for it to be fearless. Like with the artistry of the style of the music, I need to believe it when I hear it. Sometimes I can listen to certain bands and it doesn't seem as if it's 100% genuine, and then some bands you listen to, or artists for that matter, and you know that that's their soul, like that's exactly who they are. I listen to The Voice a lot for the integrity and the range. I love power singers. You know, guys that can hit really high notes, and, you know, girls that can really, as we say, you know, belt it out. I'm just looking for the conviction in the material. I want to believe you when you sing it to me.
And what hair metal did you believe?
What hair metal did I believe? Bon Jovi,
yeah,
definitely. You know, they kind of caught the tail end, but, you know, Guns N' Roses, even though it was like, you know, Appetite for Destruction, I believe was released between '87 or '88. But some people don't consider that a hair band, you know, even when Appetite was released, because it was so cutting edge.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you watch the video for Welcome to the Jungle, Axl Rose, he has his hair.
Totally.
Yeah.
But that's the only one. And
yeah.
I think another thing about that was, you know, probably at the time, because it was kind of, you know, towards the end, they just were like, just do it anyway, because it's kind of still, you know, going on. But he did do it. But even him, it still looked dangerous.
Yeah.
Like it still looked a lot, not like everybody else, you know. It wasn't as glam. His was a lot dirtier and meaner. But yeah, I mean, as far hair, I mean, I loved Cinderella. You know, I'm just, there were so many of them. I loved White Lion. I loved, you know, White Snake. I loved all that stuff.